So it's just some thoughts on this very topical question around opportunities and threats for tech-based innovation. I think whereas a couple of months ago firms were sort of purely focused on what we would probably call incident response, we're now starting to see some planning and activity and thinking starting to take place across three distinct horizons. Firstly, there are sort of the interventions firms are continuing to make to maintain their digital resilience for the next sort of 3 to 6 months. It's interesting seeing the findings of what people are planning for on the survey you showed earlier. And these are very practical, focused activities, such as continuing secure remote access to firms' data and applications, procuring any remaining hardware, the completion of any critical cloud migrations, and the implementation of new tech-enabled procedures and controls around things like client onboarding, collaboration, and document signing. We've all heard a lot about. So there's clearly a focus and activity still happening around that digital resilience agenda. But as their clients increasingly adopt permanent remote working, so professional services firms are also now starting to think about how they could move to a digital first way of working, and in particular looking at how existing technologies can be extended to deliver superior client experiences, operational efficiencies, and greater workforce engagement. So here we're seeing opportunities to add automation to key client processes, such as, for example, identity verification, remote data collection, document and contract flows, those sorts of things. An area that fascinates me is around the potential for tech to transform internal processes, such as knowledge management, learning and innovation, and Ray mentioned there performance management. On the one hand, we've lost some of the tacit sharing opportunities of tacit knowledge sharing opportunities of being co-located with fellow workers. But on the other, we've gained the ability to quickly connect with firm-wide experts and form non-hierarchical networks and communities to share ideas and opinions. So in the medium term, some of these new forms of tech-based collaboration could be harnessed through, for example, crowdsourcing type technologies to challenge existing ways of working, assist with learning and development, and bring forward new inventions. So just some sort of thoughts around that. And then finally, there are a small number of firms, I would say, starting to ask what all of this might mean for their longer term ambitions and the potential to embrace radically new business models. And here, the question I'm hearing is, will COVID and the lockdown accelerate or slow down the rate of tech-based innovation? Because in the long run, there will be a number of very real opportunities to reimagine professional services by placing tech at the point of need, so alongside the client and sometimes inside of the client's firewall, so to speak, rather than at the point of delivery, to invent new products and services based on all the terabytes and terabytes of electronic data that's being generated right now. And to co-create solutions with clients and other industry participants, such as the regulatory sandbox providers who are open to shared experimentation now more so than they may have been in the past. So there will be very real opportunities, but as I said, I think that right now that's sort of horizon 3, and there are very few firms really thinking that way, and that is often because there are also significant threats, and to name just a few, I mean, clearly affordability. If we face the long goodbye scenario, then all bets are off. And even if the macro picture is not that gloomy, there is a genuine concern around winning new clients in the foreseeable future for firms, as again has been evidenced by the survey results here. Digital security. The levels of phishing attempts and breaches are at record highs. Digital fatigue, the Zoomification of our lives, and the ongoing cultural resistance, as I heard it described this week, as the firm's experts emerge from their caves, ever more desperate to put themselves in the center of the client relationship. So there's still going to be sort of those cultural threats to any tech-based innovation. The risk of early self-congratulations. We've completed our cloud migration. We're all on Office 365. so now we're a digital business. That sort of mindset, well, you're not. Or firms simply replicating current inefficient practices in new technologies, which is another common pitfall to watch out for. And then finally, this question about tech platforms and the viability of many of the new AI technologies on which new business models might be developed. And I think if I had one sort of specific recommendation to share with this group, it would be to look very carefully at the capabilities of your existing enterprise software for some of your advanced automation or digitization needs before embarking on purchasing new tech that may not be around in 12 months' time, let alone be sort of fully secure or scalable, into your clients' environments. So just to wrap up my thoughts, clearly there'll be a lot of opportunities for tech-based innovation, as there always are after any major change event. But these must be done on solid foundations, and the priority right now is to get those foundations secured ASAP in the next few months. That's the digital resilience piece. But then there will be opportunities within the firm internally and potentially in the marketplace. But there will be barriers, and they can be managed so long as they are identified. But make sure that any transformation you embark on is built on solid technology choices, ideally ones that meet that triumvirate of affordability, scalability, and security.